So this little welder is very small. I'm pretty happy with it. I have to weld an exhaust. I got a crack in exhaust tip on the skid steer in the woods, and it's really hard to get to. And I'm going to try to set this up where I can weld it with that little welder using that power inverter hooked to the battery here and that hooked to the truck. I've done this before with a different setup, so I think this is going to work. Me and Callan's trying to set it up now, ain't we, Callan?
Yeah.
So we went ahead and we scrubbed the battery terminals with a wire brush to try to give it the best chance to get all of the electrical connection that it can get.
You can still see.
Now we're going to hook it up. Hook the battery up. Show them the battery. We just hooked the red up on that side. We put both leads up on the one side and both leads up on the other. So that's a good hot battery. We're about to find out. We're going to spool this, put a spool of wire in this welder, and we're going to find out if it'll weld. Yep. Get your, no, not that one. That's your ground. Get your plug, your outlet right here, this wire. Let's plug it up to the power inverter. See, pick you one of them outlets right there. See, there's 4 of them. Get it? That's good, that's good. Now hit that on button and see what we got. You gotta press it again. All right, so we got the inverter on now. It's got 13.1 volts. That battery's been on a trickle charger, so it's good and hot. So it should weld at least for a minute if it's gonna do it without anything else hooked to it. Video on what I'm doing?
Yes, sir.
Can they see?
Yes, sir.
See my hands?
They can see your hands and the wire a little bit.
This part here is a little bit aggravating. You gotta get it through this little hole. Alright, so this has got a 25 side and a 30 and a 35. So we're using 30. So we're gonna put it there. I gotta put this on off the grind, I know that.
Is it working?
I don't think it'll weld without having something hooked to the battery. Make sure it's going to run up there. Okay, turn the video off. Okay, so it will not run it on just the battery. It'll only weld a second and it quits. So we got it on the charger. We got it set on 40 amps because I know a vehicle will put out 40 amps extra power. And that's what we're trying to do, figure out if we can weld with this setup, you know, with it hooked to a vehicle running. And I'm sure it will, but that's what we're trying to prove.
Yeah, it looks like it's too much. It ain't doing it.
Do it, I don't think, no. So it works. Not the prettiest weld, but it, you know, it's flux core, so it's not going to be real pretty. And I'm not a welder. A lot of spatter. I think my wire speed's off, but that's welding, and it's hooked to a 2,000 watt continuous 4,000 watt surge. Believe it or not, that's a Harbor Freight power inverter that my dad bought years ago, and it's only a 2,000. That's a Tractor Supply 3,000. It won't even think about running it. So I don't know, I guess that's more like a household, like charging laptops and running TVs and stuff. It's running off the deep cycle. I got it at 6 amps. So I'm very confident that this will run off the battery in a vehicle. No doubt. I mean, obviously not going to do any big welding projects with it, but I got to weld an exhaust pipe up, and I think it'll do just fine for that. So I'm pretty happy with it, as small as it is. I mean, this thing will go behind the seat of my truck. So I'll be able to carry the power inverter and this little welder and a set of jumper cables, and I'll be able to weld in the woods without having a gas welder or a generator or anything. Tack more in place. I'm right-handed in doing this left. Dog scared me. Still hooked up. So I'm gonna beat that corner out there a little bit.